Warning, this podcast might be a second part of a part 2 episodes of 2 parts with 2's a lot, and I've already messed it up. And bad language and content that some listeners may find offensive.
Well done. You didn't save it, but you made up for it with enthusiasm.
Oh, they're the kind of comments that I needed for the last one.
Welcome to Seesaw Podcast.
With your hosts, T, Cleves, and Selena.
Every week, bringing some much-needed balance and humour to brighten up what can sometimes be a dark, disabled world.
Welcome back to Seesaw Podcast, the broken, accessible toilet that is podcasts. I am back, baby, and I am also here with the dynamic duo that is Cleves and Selena. Making me Alfred, I guess.
Yeah, like Batman and... I don't really want to call you Robin because that's terrible. And
that's my brownie name. It's actually Robin.
No way. We should start calling you Robin.
Yeah.
That makes you Batgirl. Sorry, mate.
I'd rather be Alfred.
No. You kind of have an Alfred vibe about you. I think it's the beard, maybe.
Yeah. We are back with part 2 of our Sight Village. Insight Village.
Anyway, let's move on to seminars. Selena, you start. What seminars did you go to?
I went to 2 seminars. I went to We Walk, which is a cane that vibrates when you approach obstacles. And it also has links to an app that has GPS navigation.
Was there many people in the seminar, do you know?
It was very busy, that seminar.
Was it?
A lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah. And lots of questions afterwards from people.
Good questions or people moaning about their lives?
No, good questions about pricing. One good question was, because apparently you can just get the app, which costs £10 a month. But if you didn't want just the app and you bought the cane, you get the app for free. And they were doing a special offer at Sight Village.
Well, you saved yourself 120 quid a year then.
Yeah.
So what other one did you go to, Selena?
And the other one I went to were Envision glasses.
Which one did you go to? The 10, the 1015, the 1030, the 1045, the 11? I can keep going. They had like 800 seminars.
I
believe it was 140. And to be fair, actually, they needed that many because there was some people that I went to the Envision one straight after the We Walk. And some people couldn't get a seat. Everyone were into the Envision glasses. Again, this comes with an app, which I've downloaded because someone did say this app is free and it does some quite cool stuff, like find objects, which is my new favorite thing. You can find your dog, find door handles, find different things. So that's quite cool. That's something I've taken away from Sight Village because I was thinking, do I really need these glasses? Like, I'd like to just do all this on my phone, and then apparently you can do it on your phone for free. So great.
Sick.
Nice. Well, other seminars. We went to a few as well.
So the first one I went to Guide Dogs, so I was like, I want to hear what kind of shit they're peddling. Especially with the recent, shall we say...
controversy? Not
rumours. Controversy? Yeah, fine, controversy. That their dogs that they're churning out at the minute aren't great. So I was like, I'm going to see what they're about. Anyway, they just peddled all the kids stuff, which, fine. They barely even spoke about dogs.
No.
I'm not even joking, right? You know, about midway through that seminar, because we got in about 2 or 3 minutes late, sat down, and we started talking about all these things. I thought we were in the wrong seminar.
Yeah, I did. Literally.
and then about 5 minutes towards the end of the seminar, and that's what guide dogs can do for kids. And we were like, what? And then so they started talking about buddy dogs, and then like the reject dogs that go to kids. And we were like, maybe Ted's got an alternative career. But
maybe that's why they're plugging the buddy dogs, though, because
they've got so many of them.
But just a shout out to guide dogs, actually. There was a lot of guide dogs at Sight Village, and they were all very well behaved. I didn't hear any barking. Yeah, they were all saying hi to each other, which was really nice. But generally, you could tell they were all trained guide dogs, and that's credit to guide dogs.
And before we move on to the other seminar, one thing I wasn't aware of, and my takeaway from Sight Village, is books. One thing that you can do, they were saying in the guide dog session, is for kids, like you can get a book churned out in any format you want, any size, any sort of background and text, and it's completely free.
No, it's not.
Right, it's the same price as No, the making it accessible is free, because it costs the same as
what the RRP of the book.
Yeah, the RRP.
Probably the hardback RRP, but yeah.
But I didn't know that was a thing, and like that's really good. Okay, what other one did we go to, please?
We went to Access to Work Solutions. Now, we'd already spoken to... Look, unfortunately, we went there and whoever had done the previous session on the seminar had taken the remote for the screen with them, so they couldn't do the presentation. They kind of just had to read it out. But fair play, they kind of made the best of that. Wasn't the most informative seminar, unfortunately. I do think it is a good service, however. All right. Moving on from seminars, T, do you want to introduce the next section of vendors that we have?
So now, coming up, we have 4 fantastic vendors. We have the headline, Sight and Sound. We also had RNC. We accosted our old college. TPT as well. Another great little, they were kind of hidden away, but really good charity. And then we also spoke about Orcam.
With Touchpoint Vision.
Excellent. So here with Glenn today from Sight and Sound at Sight Village. Got to tell us just a little bit about the company first off.
Well, Sight and Sound, we're the largest company in the blind and low vision area in the UK and Ireland. We've been around for 44 years now, and we're probably best known being the master distributor of the leading brands such as Jaws, Zoomtex, Kurzweil, HIMS. So we take the best products, generally 2 or 3 in a different segment, and market them. Most importantly, we support and train our customers, and that's what we do.
So you sort of like a wholesale distribution then for sort of low vision aids and that sort of thing, and any kind of product that would help someone with a visual impairment?
Absolutely. Vision impairment, full blindness, also literacy as well. People with dyslexia, dyspraxia, we're very big in that area as well. So we do everything from simple low vision aids like magnifiers, all the way through to full braille devices, braille computers, braille printers. So the very sophisticated end as well as the simple low vision end. And in the middle, we've got the AI-driven portables, wearables like Envision and Orcam, which are tiny little cameras, scan and read type technology.
Envision's quite a big thing here. Do you want to just tell me a little bit about that product?
This is based on the Google Glass 2 product, which is a little set of glasses that has a camera on it, and the camera is able to do a number of things, scan and read, all driven by a little menu, finger touch menu by the side of your temple, and you can just do scan and read. You can do facial recognition, you can do object recognition. Really clever thing with the Envision glasses is you can call a friend via the mobile app that links to the glasses, and that friend can then see what you can see through the camera. They could be anywhere in the world. So they call it Call an Ally. So you call your ally, they answer the call, and they can see what you can see. So then you've got an open 2-way audio and visual stream. Hey, I'm stuck. Where am I? So around, oh, you're in front of the bank. That type of thing. So Envision, very powerful piece of AI driven technology.
How easy is that to use for a person with a visual impairment?
Very simple, actually. It's just literally on your temple, you swipe up and down, backwards and forwards, you learn the menus, and just double tap to do to make it happen. And Bianca is here, could actually show you, and I'm sure you can video her. But very simple, very easy to use, yeah.
Fantastic. And is it just hardware products as well, or is there a lot of sort of software as well? I know you mentioned Jaws.
Yeah, no, it is software. Mostly we're showing hardware because that's what people come and want to put their hands on. But we do have a number of software products, Jaws, Zoomtex, that's magnifier and speech for visually impaired and blind. We've got open book software, which is links to a camera, inputs digital files, and then you can read them back or turn them to audio. So yeah, we have software titles as well. It's everything.
Excellent.
Everything for someone who's visually impaired.
Lastly then, if someone wants more information or wants to contact you at all, where is it they can find you?
They can find us at www.sightandsound.co.uk. Call us on 01604 798 070. Thanks very much.
Okay, so we are here with Nathan from RNC, the Royal National College for the Blind in Hereford. How's the show going? What's it like to be here?
We've spoken to lots of different people here, lots of different professionals, all sorts of people.
RNC obviously is probably, would you say it's the biggest college in the UK for people with a visual impairment?
Of our type, yeah, we probably are, for people with further education who want to go into adulthood, then we probably are the biggest in that regard.
And what ages of students is it that you have?
We have 16 to 25-year-olds. So yeah, we cover all sorts of different people. So we have people who leave mainstream school, so they come to us instead of going to a mainstream college. We have some people who come to us after finishing mainstream college and want to come to us for a year to do prep for university. So all students get their independent living skills, mobility, so they can in the future be independent.
So it's not just education, it's not just people there to get their A-levels, they can actually go out and get tangible living skills.
Yeah, exactly. So we try to give them the skills that they can use anywhere in life.
And how would a person go about applying for this? Would it be through school or like a local authority? Or
so students apply for the application form, and then they have to have an EHCP.
Great. And if someone wants to apply or wants more information about RNC, where is it they can find you?
rnc.ac.uk. We're on social media. So yeah, apply to us, have an EHCP, and then our registry team can be in contact in regards to getting qualifications. So
that's great. Thank you very much for your time. So we're out today at Site Village. If you just want to introduce the company and tell us what it is, a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we're coming from Pocklington Trust today. We're a national charity supporting blind and partially-sighted people. We support them to live the life they want to lead. There are different strands to our work, everything from education to employment to technology to engagement campaigns. And today we're coming from our student support service. And our student support service is there for young people, students aged 11 plus, to make the most out of their education, help them get into college, university, school, give them advice and guidance around accessibility and inclusion, and really just to make the most of their education, yeah.
And how does it sort of work? Are you part of like people's primary schools and secondary schools? Do you come in and give children advice on those sorts of things?
Yeah, so I'd say we're a national charity, and our service, we're national. So the way it normally works is you can have students, parents or professionals use our advice and guidance service, so they can call in, email us for any queries or advice they might need around their education or to support a young person's education. On our website, we also have a range of resources, and we have a student support community as well, which is a Facebook group for students to connect with one another.
Great. And if they phone someone, is that person, are they like an education professional or they work for the charity? What's their sort of backgrounds?
Yeah, so our background, we are all advisors, and we're not all education professionals. We have a couple in the team, but I think our background is good because it actually stems from lived experience. A lot of members of our team do have a visual impairment. So normally when we pick up the phone or have an email with someone, it's normally someone with visual impairment answering. But I say we are all, trained advisors, and we're there for students who need us.
And you said it was sort of, was it people from 11 plus or is it earlier than that?
So 11 plus, so we work with those wanting access to secondary school, college, university, all the way up to mature students, which is why we say 11 plus, so it encompasses kind of all of that age range.
Great. And if people want to find you, where can they find you?
So they can find us at www.thomaspocklingtontrust.co.uk/student support.
Mike Page, Touchpoint Vision. I'm an Orcam distributor and reseller since 2018.
Tell us a little bit about Orcam.
It's really assistive technology. It's a game changer for people with low vision or reading difficulties. The Orcam was invented in 2017, and they now have two main products. That's the MyEye, which is the hands-free, and the handheld, which is the MyRead.
How does it work for someone that's not used one before?
Right, well, it's assistive technology, and it's text-to-speech. So, firstly, if we talk about the handheld, what you will do is you'll hold something similar to picking up a pen. It has 4 buttons, on-off button, plus and minus buttons for volume, but which also double for other functions as well. And then it has a trigger button. The trigger button takes a picture of the text. Once it's taken a picture of that text, it will read it all back to you. And there is an option. It has 2 settings. It has a rectangular setting, which first of all will enable you to read a book, a pamphlet, etc. And then it'll take a voice command, and you can say to it, "Hey Orcam, change laser." And that laser will then become an arrow. And the arrow will then allow you to access information which is perhaps good 15 to 20 meters away.
And can this be used on literally anything? regardless of the coloured backgrounds and all that sort of thing, will it?
Yes, indeed, regardless of the coloured background. The only prerequisite is you have to hold it like a pen, hold it nice and steady between 5 and 14 inches away, okay. Press and hold. It also takes Bluetooth speakers, so you can actually say to Orcam, hey Orcam, connect to Bluetooth audio device, it'll pick up that audio device, and that will enable you to be able to have your own privacy for instance, if you're in a restaurant or if you're in a learning environment at school.
And that was the handheld one. Did you say there was 2 products? What was the second one?
Yeah, the second product is the original My Eye and My Pro. This is one that clips onto the sides of glasses. And the name of my business is Touchpoint Vision, which is a play on words of what the Orcam does. You either can touch or point. So you can touch the sidebar, and it will take a picture. Or individually, what you can do is it will recognise the back of your fingernail. So you can point to something, and it will take a picture and read that back to you. Wow. Now, it also has multi-functions, but the assisted technology on the My Pro is facial recognition, banknotes, barcodes, orientation. Again, it takes the voice commands, smart reading feature. So what it will do is it will take a picture of a newspaper. It will scan some text and it will say some blocks of text are unreadable. That's usually Liz Hurley. And then what you would then do is say, read me the headlines, read me the telephone numbers, read me the other functions. And it takes it from there.
And if someone wanted to purchase one of these sort of things, how much would they sort of cost, and what's the sort of lead time on getting one?
Right, well, I think, you can, if you speak to me today, I've got stock of all 3 items, really. And they start at £1,800 and go right up to £3,700. They come with a 2-year warranty. But here's the deal, really. I sell nothing online. Everything is after a home demonstration to make sure, A, somebody can use it, B, what they're going to be able to use it for, and probably most importantly, whether or not it's going to restore that level of independence to them. Because irrespective, everybody working in the sight loss industry has a duty of care to make sure that when somebody purchases something, they can use it and they can feel good about it.
And if someone wants to get in touch, how can they find you?
They can find me on my website, touchpointvision.co.uk. They can find me on mike.page at gmail.com. They can also give me a call on 07545 951 797.
So I've just been asked to make one slight amendment to the piece there from Sight Village, and that's from Thomas Pocklington Trust. The URL to find them is www.pocklington-trust.org.uk/student-support. And now we're back. So other than talking to the vendors and us walking around, do we have any other attendee feedback going? What did other people think?
T, did you get any?
No.
No. Okay. That's fine. No, I've got stuff. It's cool. You don't have to make it up. It's okay.
No, I'm not going to make it up. I literally not heard anything.
So I asked on a Facebook group about what people thought of Sight Village. Interesting feedback, to be fair. A lot of people were not happy with the food.
There was like one cafe, maybe. Oh, there might have been 2.
Yeah, I think it was in 2 little sections. So I had lunch there, and £7 for a jacket potato with cheese and beans. So yeah, a lot of complaints about the food. Someone said there weren't any sandwiches, but I think there were sandwiches. Whether they run out by the time that person was there, I don't know. They also complaints about lack of accessible food menu.
That is a big one.
Did you think accessibility generally was quite good there? Because I thought they had a lot of stuff mapped out.
More feedback, yeah. People saying, well, they do offer free sighted guides, but someone else was saying that they expect you to go with a sighted person and it's not really set up for you just to go as a blind person. Someone else commented that they went to a similar thing, the NFB one in America, and they have Good Maps Explore, which helps you like get around indoors when they went to that convention to like, so they should definitely do something like that, so you can do it a bit more independently, which would be nice. I agree with that feedback. That was someone else commented they thought it was smaller than usual, but apparently I think it was the same amount of vendors. And it's going to be Site Village's 30th year next year, apparently. So yeah, they've got big things planned. Lastly
then, we've got our last set of vendors coming up. And on this particular set of vendors, we've got Dolphin Computer Access. We have got Biped. Now, unfortunately, one of the mics had a bit of a problem with when we were doing the interview for Biped, so you're going to have to just bear with the sound a little bit. It wasn't great, but the product, quite interesting. So listen in. And then lastly, we have BBS UK, because there was a lot of particular charities there for people that have certain sight conditions. And this one I've not heard of before, so it was nice just to get a sort of personal touch from that particular charity.
Okay, I'll just start by asking you, you said you were working for a Dolphin Technologist. Why is it you're at Site Village today? What is it you're here to demo?
So we have three main products. We have Easy Reader, which is a free app that works across all platforms for reading. So it's not just for visually impaired people, but also people with print disabilities like dyslexia. We have Guide Connect, which condenses down the Windows operating system, runs over the top of it, and puts it in a more accessible format. So people who have maybe lost their sight later in life and aren't as familiar with computers can access emails, internet, all that kind of stuff. And then we have Supernova, which is more of a magnifier screen reader to allow a wider audience to access the Windows operating system by magnifying things up, allowing you to change the cursor size, read out elements on the screen, all the kind of things you'd expect from a magnifier screen reader, and some more as well.
To be fair, Supernova's been going for quite some time, actually. That's, I think, probably one of the more well-known products out there. With regards to the two other ones, people may not know as much about. Can they work? Is it actual software, or does it come with hardware as well? Or
so Easy Reader is completely sort of software based. So it comes packaged with Supernova these days as well. It's completely free on iOS, Android, iPad OS, and you can run it on Mac OS if you have the premium plan, but it's not necessary for the other platforms. And what it allows you to do is import any kind of text formatted document in and read it in an accessible way, adjust the font size, have a text-to-speech synthesizer read it out to you, all that kind of stuff that's good for reading, and adjust the colours, of course, helping with print disabilities. As far as Guide Connect, it is software. You can install it on any Windows device. However, we do offer some hardware configuration, which is like a mini computer. So what it allows users to do is connect it up to their TV, and they can operate it with a remote. So it gives more of a sort of TV-like experience for, as I say, like more of an older audience who would want to maybe sit and just control it with a remote rather than having to use a keyboard and mouse or something they may not have used before.
And you said it like the Easy Reader was for Windows. Is there going to be plans to make one for Mac iOS?
As I say, Easy Reader is available on iOS and Android. Okay. So you just go on your appropriate Play Store or App Store and download, and it's completely free. All you need is an account, and then you just sign in, and then you can use all the majority of the features. There is a premium plan which allows you to synchronize across devices. So say you were out and you want to read on your phone, you can read the book on the phone, and when you exit the book, it'll create a sync point, and then when you open it up on your other, say you go home to your Windows desktop, and you want to open it up there, and then it'll open up the book to that sync point, so you can just pick up where you left off.
And if people want to find out more information about the products, where is it they can find you?
yourdolphin.com.
Thank you very much for your time.
No worries, thank you.
So does that tell us a little bit about the products for us today then?
I've built a company named Biped. We're based in Switzerland, which is where most of the company is currently working in. We are doing obstacle avoidance and mobility devices for blind and visually impaired people, and this is our first product that we have here.
Great, and how does it work?
So we're doing things that leverage basically AI to detect surrounding obstacles. So it's a harness that you wear on the shoulders. It has a set of cameras that scan 170 degrees of field of view around the person day and night. And basically using a small embedded computer that sits on the right of your chest, we can in real time detect if there is a risk of collision or not. So it's going to work just like a self-driving car. The cameras will detect that there's a bicycle coming, for example, and it can tell that the bicycle is coming at a certain speed and that there is a risk of collision. Once we identify the risk of collision, we provide an audio feedback to the end user. So the person wears bone conduction headphones or AirPods, for example, and they just hear beep, 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 beep as the obstacle is coming closer.
I guess a little like parking sensors then in the
Yes.
detection.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. And how far away is that detection? Does it work similarly to parking sensors in the sense that the beeps will get faster and faster like the closer the obstacle?
So the beeps are going to get faster and faster the closer the obstacle. You can have a 3D effect also on it, so you can hear if the obstacle is coming from the left or from the right. You can have a higher pitch for head level obstacle or a lower pitch for ground level obstacles. So it is quite intuitive to work with, because we really drew this parallel with parking sensors in that sense. The cameras themselves have also night vision, so they'll be able to catch information at night using infrared sensors, and they can basically get up to I think the operating range that we have is about 40 to 45 feet. So we're looking at 12, 13 meters in that sense, and that's what with the field of view that we work with, over 170 degrees, so nearly flat in front of the person.
Excellent. And how far along is the product? Is it ready to go?
So the product is already commercialized. These are still the early days of the release, because of course we do bring lots of software updates along the way. So there is a smartphone app where you can basically control your device, get training, change the settings, and also do the updates. But we shipped the first devices beginning of 2023, and we just keep releasing new batches from now on.
And I appreciate this is obviously quite a new product, like you say. How much would something like this cost if you were to buy one?
So that's currently not a device that we sell with a one-off payment. We only do subscription. And so the subscription is €129 a month. There's 1 month of free trial with no upfront costs. And then the person gets to decide whether they want to keep it or not. And then if they keep it for 3 years, so basically 36 months, then the payment stops completely and the person fully owns the device. In the meantime, if they want to cancel the subscription, basically they can anytime after 12 months.
And if someone wanted to find you, whereabouts can they find you?
So that would be on our website, biped.ai, so biped.ai.
Great. And are you on socials as well if people want to follow you there?
I'm pretty sure it is Walk with Biped on Twitter and on Instagram.
Okay, so we're here with Richard today, the CSO podcast. If you'd just like to explain a little bit about the stand.
Yeah, so I'm here helping on the stand for Bardet-Biedl syndrome, also known as BBS UK. And we're here today to just raise awareness of the charity, as it's a rare genetic syndrome that affects 1 in 100,000 people are born with it, and just wanted to raise awareness and just tell people more about the charity and what we can help if people are newly diagnosed with the syndrome, or maybe are professionals that don't know about the syndrome, and just educate really on what we do.
Great. And what actually is the syndrome? How does it affect someone?
So for myself, I was diagnosed when I was 6, and the main parts they look for is any sight issues, kidney issues, weight, being born with extra fingers and toes. You can have learning difficulties, extra teeth, wide feet. So yeah, those are some of the bits I've got. You can have like learning difficulties as well. There are different strands of the faulty gene. So I have BBS1, where the other people can have the other ones as well. So yeah, that's a bit about that.
And what sort of things is it that the charity is doing to help people with the syndrome?
So we come to events like Sight Village to raise awareness of the syndrome, so people can know more about the syndrome. And we have a conference annually every year for the members who have got the syndrome to come to and learn more about what's happening with like research into the syndrome, and companies come along to tell us about theirs, and we have personal perspectives of people who are living with the syndrome to help people get a better understanding of how people can live successfully with having the syndrome.
Great. And does it sort of pinpoint people towards like services and technologies that might help them out with the syndrome?
We have clinics for the syndrome as well, adult ones and children's ones. Okay. And through the clinic liaison officers there, they can then help to signpost you the things that you need, like whether it's living independently or technology or education like that.
Brilliant. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
We're here at BBS UK, and you're here to promote the syndrome today and make people aware. How is it going today? What's Sight Village been like for you?
Really good, really busy. It's great raising awareness of Bardet-Biedl syndrome. We're here giving information to both members of the public who are living with a visual impairment and also professionals working in the field, working with those who do have the visual impairment and blindness.
Excellent. And do you have the syndrome yourself?
I do, yes. I have Bardet-Biedl myself. I was diagnosed with Bardet-Biedl in 2012 after genetic testing. I have sight loss and I also have epilepsy within the condition and also obesity. They're my main 3 parts of the syndrome.
And how would you say that sort of affected your life? Is it hampered you in terms of employment and things like that?
Well, I did work up until 2017. I worked for the local authority in Stockport Council and they restructured their council, which unfortunately the job that they were offering me was not suitable for a blind person, as I'm severely sight impaired and my vision has deteriorated in the last probably 6-7 years. And so at the age of 36 in 2017, I actually took ill health retirement because there was no other jobs available for me to have. So I now can never work paid employment again because of my pension, but I do volunteer. So I'm a trustee with Bardet-Biedl Syndrome UK. I do these events, Sight Village and any other events where we can raise awareness. I'm also a volunteer with Retina UK and I'm also a volunteer on the Greater Manchester Sight Loss Council with Pocklington Trust.
Wow, so you still got a very busy schedule then?
Yeah, I think for me, me keeping busy keeps my mental health going. Living with a sight impairment and adapting to change. I had relatively good sight up until I was 30. I'm now 42 and my sight has deteriorated. I've had to start using a cane 2014, using voiceover speech on my phone where I never used it. Yeah, I've had to adapt to a lot of changes, but I think because I've got a very supportive family circle and very supportive friendship. My partner does actually live with the syndrome and he's here today with me at Sight Village. So yeah, we help each other, we support each other. We've got a good circle of friends who all live with the condition. And we also have an amazing charity in BBS UK where the team, all the staff support you immensely through the clinics that I attend every 2 years face-to-face and every year virtual. And just support from the staff within the charity is brilliant.
Fantastic. And where can everyone find you if they want to look you up?
www.bbsuk.org.uk. We're on Facebook and we're on Twitter.
And we're back. That is a lot of content that you guys got there.
Next year, we're potentially looking to get a stand. So,
yeah, I think we should.
Come see us, guys.
We didn't point out to our listeners, this was the first time we'd all met up in person in a million years since RNC.
Yeah.
Actually saw you guys in the flesh.
Yep. It was so awkward, we barely spoke to each other.
Yeah. Guys blanked me.
That was not the case.
You.
Yeah, you guys just ran off, did all your recordings. But you gave me a lovely seesaw hoodie.
Yep.
Next year, we'll all be together and we'll be even more awkward because we'll be thrust into that position.
And Ted's coming next year as well.
Yes.
He says.
Yes.
Unconfidently.
Yeah. Okay, so next week we will be back. We don't know what we're doing yet, but we will be back.
Of course we know what we're doing.
So, until next time, we hope you enjoyed the Sight Village content. Look us up on Instagram, Twitter, all the places coming up. The video versions, I know, will not be accessible for everyone, but there will be video versions of all these interviews as well. If you want to see the individuals chatting and see Cleves awkwardly looking at the phone instead of looking at the person he's talking to a lot. So, until next time, goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Seesaw Podcast. Your feedback and comments mean a lot to us, so if you'd like to get in touch, you can do so in the following ways.
You can find us on Twitter at Seesaw Pod, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Seesaw Podcast, and you can also join us at seesawpodcast.com.
Remember to like, rate, review and share with a friend.
This podcast was recorded in front of a blind audience.